Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Carmine from New York. I have been a photojournalist here in Manhattan since 1973, and this is my photography channel, giving back to the photography community for a 5-decade career. All right, this is class number 278. Yes, 278 YouTube channel free photography lessons. I went to photography school back in the 70s. It cost a lot of money, but now this is the new way we do things. I present to you 50 years of knowledge, and all I want you to do is hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button, and we'll keep on rolling. All right, guys. Today I have to discuss the simple fact that pancake lenses are a real thing. This is a pancake lens, but it's even smaller than this. This is the Canon 40mm f2.8 STM autofocus macro lens. That's a lot of words. It's mounted on the Canon 5D Classic Mark I digital camera full frame. And on the bottom is the Canon grip. Class number 277, I made a whole video about the trouble this gave me. I've cleared up the trouble, and I simply went with Canon batteries, and it seemed to clear up the problem. The problem was if you use different manufacturers of batteries or a combination of two different batteries, the battery grip would fail to operate. All right, let's get into this beautiful, beautiful lens. I have been out shooting for 2 days to complete this video. I wanted to give you the best overall picture, if you would, of this lens. This is a prime lens. Now, since this is a full frame camera, the 40mm is exactly the focal length you will get on your sensor. If it's a crop sensor, it'll be a little bit bigger, right? So it'll have a focal length of about 60mm on a crop sensor camera. Now, this lens is very well built. It has wonderful construction. It has a metal mount. Okay, let's just put this right back on. I don't like to keep lenses, or in this case, a lens cap that's also a lens off the camera. Now, I also have on here a UV filter, so you can see it there. It takes 52mm filters, and as you saw, I took this off. This is just a generic 52mm shallow, it's very shallow, plastic lens hood. Don't pay more than $3 for something like this. Now, the reason you have to have it shallow is because this is a slightly wide angle lens and you don't want any vignetting. The Canon brand lens hood for this lens is over $20. You don't need it. All right. Now, in this class, I will be showing you everything it can do, meaning generally you'll use it for landscapes, and because this is a macro lens, you'll use it for macro photography too. Now, it doesn't get that close to your subject. It gets approximately between 11 and 12 inches away, right? So my finger is where, right, this from here to here, that's about as far away as you can get to your subject, about 11.5 inches, which isn't bad. And I'm going to show you the macro photographs right now. So as you can see, it does very, very well with macro. The colors that it renders are gorgeous. It's nice and sharp. It has an autofocus manual switch on the side. What's funny about it, it does, of course, have a focus ring right here, but as you'll realize when you switch it to manual, what you're turning is the ring just engages the motor. So you use the motor for both autofocus and for manual focus. It's a very complicated lens inside. Okay, so the lens came out in 2012. It's not that long ago, but here's what I love about it. These are selling on eBay and other online camera shops for about $90. Now, it was way more than that when it came out new in 2012. This is the bargains you can get on this lens. So it's an EF lens, which means you can use this on Canon full frame and Canon aps-c size cameras that use EFS lenses. Okay, so I said to you it's f2.8. It's very sharp. Now STM, right? STM is written on the front of this lens. That just means it's a stepper motor. Okay? And I'm going to put the camera and lens combination right up to the microphone, and you can hear for yourself the STM stepper motor. Also, what settings did I use for all the photographs? Aperture priority, f8, ISO 100, because the 2 days that I photographed, it was pretty bright outside and I wanted very creamy, low noise photographs. So f8, there's a reason for f8. I've said this in 100 or so videos. f8 is the sweet spot on most every single lens. It's the sharpest point of most lenses. So for the last 50 years, I shoot f8 and aperture priority. Let's keep going. So it has 7 aperture blades. That's very good for a small lens like this. You'll get nice, small, almost perfectly round bokeh. Now, it's light as a lens cap. It's only 130 grams. The length of this is only 0.8 inches. So it only sticks out 0.8 inches from your camera body, of course, without a lens hood or a filter. So DP Review gave this in 2012, they gave it the Gold Award because the overall score was 84. That's pretty good considering today you can buy this lens for $90. So, how many elements does this prime lens have? Like we said, I believe, and many of my colleagues believe, prime lenses are better because they have less elements than a zoom lens. And elements are those pieces of glass. They steal light and they steal information. This only has 6 elements. A zoom lens could have upwards, I've seen them have 34 elements. Okay. Please hit the subscribe button. This has been Carmine from New York saying goodbye.